Hey guys, it's me again, Amelia Singer, and I am back for some Orin Swift sip and story time. And for Christmas, sorry, there's only a scant Christmas decoration. I'm in the middle of moving house, so we've got a little Christmas tree there. But for Christmas, I really wanted to alert you guys to a gorgeous wine. I mean, all of Orin Swift's wines are delicious, but I just think this one is particularly special for Christmas time, because it's Christmas time, people want to bring out the big guns, they want something opulent, they want something hedonistic, but you may not necessarily want to go completely crazy, which is normally what you have to do to get your hands on some really delicious Napa Cabernet. However, Orin Swift make it easier for you. Let me introduce you to Palermo. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's a dominant Cabernet blend, with most of the Cabernet grapes coming from some of the top sites in Napa. So Rutherford, St. Helena, Atlas Peak. It's a really beautiful Cabernet blend. I have written down the other varietals here because I always forget the exact composition. So it's 82% Cab, 9% of Merlot, it's kind of smoothing it out. So again, these are two classic grapes which you get in Bordeaux. But as it's Orin Swift, they're going to spice things up a bit. So you get 3% of Syrah and 3% Petite Syrah. And it's been aged for 12 months in French oak. So what does that all mean? Well, actually, even with the 6% of the Syrahs, who are kind of interlopers into a Bordeaux blend, this is about as classic Napa Cabernet as you can get. So I'm kind of smelling blackberries, deep plums, mocha from the oak, 31% new oak, so that kind of gives a lovely kind of mocha spice to it. But you're also getting kind of cedar spices. And actually, when I first smelled it, I was like, oh gosh, this reminds me of like Ceylon tea or something. And then on the palate, it's really pulpy, it's lifted. And for a Napa Cabernet from 2022, it is so accessible. This is the thing, like Napa Cabernet is brilliant, but often, particularly if it's from as young a vintage as like 2022, you'd have to decant it for ages, or maybe you'd have to wait a few more years for it really to show the different nuances. Whereas this is already showing the dark, opulent fruits, the lovely spice from the oak, but there's also tea spice going on, balsamic herbs. It's just a really delightfully nuanced Cabernet, which also has really smooth, succulent tannins. So you can enjoy it immediately. And what's kind of crazy is that the grapes, the Cabernet grapes which go into here, they also go into Orin Swift's top wine, Mercury Head, which is over 120 pounds. And that's 100% Cabernet. And then they also go into Papillon, which is kind of the next most expensive wine, which is a Bordeaux blend. And this is about 50 pounds online, 63 pounds if you go to Majestic, but you can find Palermo Cabernet from various online retailers from as little as 50 pounds. And I just kind of think to have the kind of pedigree of these grapes from top vineyards in Napa made by Orin Swift, something which is so beautiful, but actually just so delicious for right now. It's really exciting. And of course, I had a tasting dinner actually at Aston Villa Stadium. So I paired it to one of the footballers there, Pau Torres, who is powerful, but also very tactical and strategic, and brings kind of Spanish poise to it. And I do think that this, even though it is a powerful wine, it does have poise to it. And we had it with beef, but I also think it'd be great with roast lamb, with kind of veggie dishes like portobello mushroom risotto. It'd be fantastic with aged cheddar. It's just a real crowd pleaser. And that being said too, check out that label. How haunting is that? So, you know how I've explained in previous videos that Dave Finney gets his inspiration from looking at magazines and pictures and things. This he actually saw in an edition of the National Geographic, and it's a picture of a mummified priest wearing a black kind of beretta and a red cloak. And I'm just checking, the photographer is called Vincent J. Musi, and this mummified priest was found in the tomb of a catacomb in Palermo, hence why it's called Palermo. And I actually am going to use a direct quote from Dave Finney, why he chose to use this really haunting, mesmerizing label for this Cabernet. And he said that it really reflects his reverence for Cabernet Sauvignon as a grape. And he's like, there's just such a sense of power and dignity to the image, which is how we think about great Cabernet. We just really respect it. And I think it makes a statement about the wine, which he likes to call a separate among equals. I must admit, he describes it as the truest representation of Napa, and it's the most approachable Cabernet, and I completely agree. I love the whole range. I've served all of the Cabernets at various tastings, but this one is always just such an instant hit and crowd pleaser. And I just think if you're thinking of wanting to have a really opulent, premium Napa Cabernet at your table this Christmas, this is a really good shout. And also, it comes in magnums too. How fun is that? So anyway, I just wanted to share with you the Palermo and wish you all a very festive and fun season. And cheers, guys. It's been wonderful sharing these sip and story times with Orin Swift with you guys.